Hello everyone. I'm Alex Zaves, and welcome to the Arts and Crafts Show. You've sent in your application. You're waiting to hear if you're going to be accepted or not, and you get a letter in the mail, email more likely these days, and it's possible that they say, "Sorry, you've not been accepted this year. Please apply again next year." Then there's the letter that you get that says, in bold black lettering, "Congratulations, you've been accepted." And if this is your first show, or your 50th show, or your 500th show, those are always welcomed words. I mean, you're always happy to see that. Then there's the other one where you will see that, "Sorry, you've not been accepted, but we're going to go ahead and put you on the wait list. And you're number 3 on the wait list." In the beginning, you might feel that's pretty sad, but in my way I interpret that is, okay, I'm in the show. Anywhere between 1 and 6 or 7, I'm pretty well figured I've got a shot to get into that show. The reason why is that I know that a lot of artists will double book, even triple book for that weekend. And the reason why they do that is because they need to make sure they've got a show available. The show that they've double booked for, which may be yours, they don't want to do that. They've got another show that they like, and they're in that other show. So they're going to go ahead. That space will be open. That wait list will go down from 1 to 2 to 3, and then I'm in. So waitlisting is pretty good, not to worry about it. Even on the day of the show, there are empty booths available. I'll get to that in a second. So what you need to do is you need to be ready that if you're waitlisted, don't let that discourage you. You've got to keep your inventory going. Artists know that they double book, and I've done this too. I've double booked for certain weekends because there is a sweet spot that's available in certain parts of the country. In Minnesota, the sweet spot for doing shows is from June till September 15th. If you go to Florida, the sweet spot is from December to April. And I've gone down to Florida, and I started all the way down to Key West and worked my way up over the months to Fort Lauderdale, or I'll go over to Naples, Florida, to Fort Myers, Punta Gorda, up to Tampa, work my way over at the beginning of May to Fernandino Beach. Very good show, the Shrimp Festival in Jacksonville, Florida. And then a lot of us, we move up north. Florida is, at that time of year, is an amazing time because you'll meet so many artists from all over the country because we all want to go there and relax and do shows at the same time. I mean, some places like Boca Raton, they've got 2 or 3 shows going on, and every weekend, 2 or 3 shows. Always something going on. And a lot of towns are like that too. So you're going to need to do your homework and figure out which of the shows that you're doing on that weekend that people will attend to. California, the season is a little bit longer. It's from April, May, really, till October, November a little bit. But that's because from November, December to April is the rainy season in Southern California. And you heard about the fires that they had in December and the mudslide in January. All the shows were canceled pretty much. It was just, they weren't doing much business at that time of year. People were too busy cleaning up. Basically, Highway 101 was shut down for about 10 days. So maybe there were some shows going on, but there couldn't have been many customers at that time of year. So you've got to remember where the sweet spot is to do shows, and then you also will start to double book. And then if you get into 2 shows, yes, you spent a little bit of money for the application fee for both shows, but you'll make it up at the show because you got into the one that you like. In Hawaii, which I've done Hawaii, and I have a fondness for Hawaii, and that's pretty much good all year round. And December is obviously the best month, and I did really well in December. And But anyway, yeah. Then there's a couple of shows that once you get into the shows, you have a habit of being in some of these shows, you can return the following year. Some shows will have 300 artists in the show. Automatically, they're in the following year. 200 or 30, 250 will return the following year. That means there's about 50 slots open. Not very many places for you to kind of fit in. There might be 400 or 500 people applying for this show. So there's a trick. They will ask you to fill out an application that will be presented with a group of judges, and you'll need a picture of your work. I would also include, even though they don't ask for it, is for you in your workshop, working in your workshop, and a picture of your booth, and several pictures of your art. There are some shows that what they will also do is they will have like a pre-screening at the show. Maybe there's 200 people at the show, but they will pre-screen 100 of them, and they'll have judges walking around the show with a clipboard, looking at your work, making sure you are selling exactly what you said you were selling, and they do that at a lot of the shows anyway. But then they'll go, okay, this is the top 100 that we like to come back next year. Because some shows know that clients and customers want to come back and see the same people over again. Just like the one I mentioned before, where you're almost in the show once you begin the first year. You know, they like the community that they're in to come back again every year. They always have a good following for the show. And the customers also want to come back and see you, because once they buy something from you the first year, and they may be a bit frugal about it, they may only spend $30 or $40 the first year, they like your work, they feel good about it. You know, it doesn't break in their hands. They've got it again the following year. They come back and they may spend $150 the following year. Then you've got a following. But the show that only pre-screens, they want a new set of clients to come in the following year. And because some clients go, oh, I saw this last year. Why am I here now? You know, they come for entertainment, not so much for buying. But some shows, they strictly do have people come there always for buying. So those are the shows that are kind of fun to be in. There's one show where during the show, it's a Saturday and Sunday show, on Sunday morning, they will come around and they'll give everybody their packet that they handed in with their pictures in it, and they'll have some paperwork in there for next year, licensing and your business license and the application. And if you fill it out on Sunday, you put your pictures back in and you take it over to the information booth, and with a check that is post-dated, you're in the show for the following year. As long as you put it in on a Sunday, you'll get $10 off your booth fee. So this show also has a habit of doing that. This show also that I'm talking about also has a problem because they have a lot of empty booths, because people know that they're in the show. They double book that weekend. And if they get into another show, they can get their money back within a few months before the show begins. And so they don't lose anything. So each show is a little bit different in the way they handle, their artists, and making sure that they have a pretty good show, that, that people coming to the show. So, and it changes from year to year. So those are the things that are very important to remember when you get into the show. So, sorry if you got a rejected notice. Don't take it personally. You try again next year, you'll probably get in. Congratulations, you're accepted. Now the show begins. Now you've got to start understanding all the rules. That could be 1 or 2 pages long. Could be 12 or 14 or 18 pages. I've had that too. And if you're on the wait list, and if you're within the first 5, make sure you're ready for the show. You're going to get in. You'll be called. There's a deadline for people to, they'll, after you've gotten your notice to be in the show, they'll contact the other people too. You're in the show, the deadline is within 1 month. And if you don't pay by then, we're going to call the other people on the wait list. And so you've got plenty of time between that, a couple of months before that and the next show. And a lot of people will not show up to that show. So like I say, people also show up to the show on that same day. They've been in the show before. They weren't accepted this particular year. That's why I'm saying don't take it personally. But they will go to the show and they'll say, is there a space available? I've been to the show before. They'll say, yes, we know you've been here before. We've got 3, 4, 5 booths open. You can take this one there or that one there. They're in the show. They're real professionals. They know that they can get into a show. They're used to the routine of being able to participate. So anyway, good luck with your applications. Next video, I would like to talk about certain things about sales tax and, licenses and the different states that you're going to go to. And they all have different rules and regulations. And I want to just cover that subject next. So when you are in the show, you will need that information as well. So if you get a chance, subscribe, and they do a thumbs up, and subscribe and hit the bell. And my next video, we'll talk about that or anything else that you want to put in the comment section about your experiences applying for the show. And if you think you feel like, something needs, you need a little to tweak what you need to put on your application, I can help you there too. I've seen so many applications, I pretty well know what they're looking for. And I really fill out the application, according to what I think the show is asking for. And all I can say is good luck to you, and I'll see you at the next Arts and Crafts show. Thank you very much. Bye.